Well, I was born, a lot of people are surprised when I say this, but I was born in New York City. I was a post-World War II baby, and my parents were Antoinette Bollettieri and William Hooser. They were both veterans, had served in World War II. My parents were both stationed in Australia. My daddy was from a small town in Tennessee. He was a fair-haired child, the son of the small town banker. As the only child, he could have gotten out of service, but he didn't. He graduated from the University of Tennessee, and he wanted to serve his country, and so he became an officer in the U.S. Army. So fate took them both to Australia. They served several cities in Australia and then ended up in New Guinea. So my parents were married February 6 of 1944, and their wedding must have been so spectacular. They had to get the permission of General MacArthur. Anyway, I was the product of them, and so I was born in Fort Totten Army Hospital in New York. We lived there in Westchester County, in New Rochelle and in Pelham. Then Daddy was with B.F. Goodrich. We were transferred to Albany, New York. We lived there a couple of years and then back to New York City. Well, my father, being a Southerner, did not want to raise his family in New York. So he got a transfer. By that time, I had 3 sisters. And so my sweet daddy and his 5 women and his family, we all moved to New Orleans. And that was a little bit of a culture shock, but not really, because New Orleans kind of sounded like people were from Brooklyn. And so we adapted very well there, actually. My parents loved it. They got very involved in church and in the community. Mother worked at Ochsner Hospital. Daddy continued B.F. Goodrich. And they raised the 4 of us. I tried to be a good girl, but I did get in trouble in the 6th grade because I could not understand my teacher, who had a heavy New Orleans accent, and she kept talking about Earl and about Pernt. And so I corrected her, and I'm sure she thought I was a Yankee smart aleck. I said, "Are you saying point? Are you saying oil?" So she sent me to Sister Mary Magellan. So anyway, that was it. I went to high school at Mount Carmel Academy, and there again, I got in trouble. We had a great childhood. We were very middle class. You know, we didn't have a lot of extra money. We'd go back to New York, and to Tennessee, and those road trips were very, my parents tried to make them very interesting and eventful and educational for us, but we loved going back to see family. My junior year in high school, Daddy was transferred to Dallas, Texas. So our family took off for Dallas, and I remember driving through East Texas and seeing oil wells and wondering if we'd have an oil well in our backyard. That's what you thought about for Texas, you know. And it was quite a transition going from a Catholic girls' school where you wore uniforms every day to a public school, and it was a little bit of an adjustment for me. So I decided I wanted to go to school where I could get my nursing degree, get my bachelor's degree, but I also wanted some social life. And so I, of course, enrolled at the University of Texas and had a great time. I almost failed my freshman year, but I somehow got myself back into school. Memories of the University of Texas, we just had a wonderful time. We won the national championship. But I also remember getting up in my sorority house, dressing in my little blue pinstripe uniform with a white starched apron and the perfect little nurse's cap, white hose and white shoes, and having to walk across campus. And I think everybody thought I was either a waitress or some sort of service personnel of some point. But there we learned the fundamentals of nursing and really took our basics. So junior year, I had to leave Austin. I thought, oh my goodness, and come to Galveston. The education at UTMB was absolutely fantastic. We learned so much. We took care of all sorts of people, every socioeconomic group you could think of. And I think I really developed a great sense of empathy for people, realizing no matter who you were, you hurt. Everybody hurts the same. Everybody has the same wishes and aspirations. I was social chairman of the nursing school, which kind of fits with me, I guess. And we had our end of year party, and it was at the 4-H camp in Galveston, which actually is close to where I'm living now on the Crash Boat Basin. My boyfriend at the time was a medical student. He was there, and his roommate, and then 2 brothers, Gerald and John Sullivan. Well, Gerald Sullivan had a broken leg, and he had positioned himself by the beer keg because he wanted to meet all the nursing students, and which he did. He met every one of them, and apparently made about 7 dates that night, and I happened to be one of them. I mean, he took me on a real date. He took me to dinner and to a movie. Now that was a big deal back in those days because students usually didn't have much money. And so I thought, well, that's really nice. So we dated the rest of a little bit of the junior year, and I went back to New Orleans, and then the senior year came along, and Gerald Sullivan, being Gerald Sullivan, said, now I don't want you dating anybody else while we're at school. And I said, oh, sure, okay. What I found is that he and I shared so many of the same values. We were not of the same religion, but I knew that would work because it worked for my parents. But we did share love of family. We wanted a family. He had a good relationship with his parents, as I did with mine, and he was an entrepreneur, and the definition of an entrepreneur is explained by my husband because he has tried everything and done everything, and he's always worked hard. So anyway, he proposed to me on graduation day. It was the Flagship Hotel, room 243, my parents' room 243, and he dropped down to his knee on the balcony, and I said yes, and so we got married in December that year at St. Mary's Cathedral. That cathedral has been very special because Gerald and I were of different faiths, but we shared the same values, and that was okay. You know, I respected him and he respected me, but we decided after we got married that our children would be raised in one faith. I hoped one day he'd become Catholic, but I didn't think it would happen. It was okay because he was a good man, and I always try not to judge people. I think you do what you're comfortable doing. For our 50th wedding anniversary, he sent the family an email, and the email said, please come to St. Mary's Basilica at 12 noon, December 23rd, where Susanne and I will renew our vows and where I will convert to Catholicism. Well, it meant so much to me and still does. I shouldn't get emotional, but he gave me this diamond cross I wear all the time because it meant so much to me. Our family, we all cried. Father Jude did the ceremony, and we had a lot of, I think, inspiration over the years, and wonderful faith leaders that helped us, Frank Fabi and some wonderful priests in College Station. So things work out. Sometimes you have to wait a long time sometimes for things to happen, but that was a very special moment for me. We had our first child, Kelly, and then we had another one. It was another little girl, Kristen. That was kind of fun. Well, lo and behold, there came a son, Todd Patrick Sullivan. We did not have a name picked out, but I remember we were in the hospital room, and he said, what are we going to call this boy? And he looked out, and Todd's shipyard was right across the way from UTMB, and he said, how about Todd? And I said, okay, great. Lo and behold, I was holiday ball chairman, and that is significant because I found out I was expecting another baby. So that was baby number 4, and I thought, oh, for heaven's sake. You know, the ball was in December. This baby was due December 23rd. Well, this baby grew, and over the summer, I just sort of popped out. And I thought, what is going on here? Maybe it's just the 4th child. I told my obstetrician, I said, Dr. Little, something's different about this. Oh, he says, you're just having a big baby. So the next month, I went back and I said, Dr. Little, something's different about this baby. I called Gerald and I said, you better come to this appointment. They're doing an ultrasound. So he got there. And of course, when that scan went across my huge stomach, there was one baby. And then there was that other baby. And I thought, oh my God. And then they went this way and they said, well, maybe there's a third one. And I thought, oh, no. But there were 2. The holiday ball came along and I was dressing to go to the sponsor party, and all of a sudden I kind of felt funny. I finished getting ready, putting my makeup on, my hair, getting it fluffed up. Got down Seawall Boulevard and I knew this was it, and they wheeled me right in, and I had 2 little boys that looked identical and looked exactly alike. And so everybody kind of pitched in and we worked hard, and there were days when the kids went to camp, but some years we couldn't go because we just didn't have the money. I wanted our children to know that there was a world outside of Galveston. And so we had a motorhome and we traveled, and I won't bore you with all those details, but it was great. I've been involved in a lot of campaigns, capital campaigns. Right now, I'm with the Holy Family Parish, the capital campaign to build a new parish life center. Of course, Ronald McDonald House, B.J. Hurst and I worked together with that, and we had the capital campaign to do that and to do our 2 expansions. I was hired by the UTMB as the first director of development for the School of Nursing, and that was wonderful for me because I was able to give back to the university and to the school. It gave me so much. You just never know where life is going to take you. The path, although as a nurse, I ended up doing something different at the end of my career, but I've always tried to keep my family first and God first in my life. Our report card at the end of our life is our family and our children and what we've given back to the community. And I hope that what we've given back has made a difference. We really love Galveston. I never thought I'd stay here. I really thought I'd move along, but I did. I met a wonderful man who has been the best partner for me. He's never held me back. He's always given me my wings. Having a family that's cohesive is very important, and so I was blessed to have the Sullivans and John and Cindy in my life. So I think that's kind of my story.
Gigi, speaking for your 2 favorite son-in-laws and your favorite daughter-in-laws, we've hit the mother-in-law jackpot. Congratulations on the honor. We love you.
Mom, and to say that we are so proud of you is an understatement. This is such deserving recognition of everything you've done on behalf of the community. Thank you for everything. We are proud to be your legacy, and this world is such a better place for having you in it. We love you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Gigi. I love you. Gigi, we love you and all of your snappy jokes, and we hope to grow up to be just like you.
And also, we always hope to be the life of the party just like you. We love you so much, and we're so proud of you.
Gigi, congratulations on this award. You're exactly who I want to be when I grow up. We want you with us all the time, and we're so lucky you're our mother-in-law, our Gigi, and you've raised amazing human beings. Congratulations.
Hey, Gigi, we're so proud of you, and I love you so much.
Congratulations, Gigi, on the Woman of the Year. We love you so much. We love you, Gigi. Woman of the World.
Woman of the Year award.
Woman of the Year.
Say, we're so proud of you.
We're so proud of you.
And we can't wait to celebrate you.
We can't wait to celebrate.
What about you, Bradley? What do you say?
Hi.
Say, love you, Gigi.
Love you, Gigi.
We're so proud. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Mama, we're so proud of you. Congratulations. And we're so happy that you're being honored by the Swindle organization. We love you very much. You're a great mama to me, a great mother-in-law to my wife, and a great Gigi to all of your grandchildren. We love you very much.
Love you, Gigi. Love you, Gigi.
Bye. Love you.
Gigi, you've been our shining example on how to live, laugh, and love.
Congratulations, Gigi, on the award. And I'm proud of your grandson. And thank you for all the stuff you've done for me and our family. Hey, Gigi, congratulations on being Woman of the Year.
Gigi, congratulations on this well-deserved recognition.
When I think about Mrs. Susan Sullivan as she receives the Legacy Award from the Galveston Chamber of Commerce, what comes to mind is Proverbs chapter 31. And there are two things I would love to highlight about this woman of great worth that Proverbs chapter 31 celebrates. First is our relationship with God, our faith in God. And secondly, immediately tied to that, is how that is reflected in how she deals with those in her circle, beginning with her family. As you receive this legacy award, know that your legacy continues to reign and to live with your family that I know love you very much, with your church family, for we love you and we appreciate you, and indeed this local community and beyond. And may God bless you in all the undertakings of your lives. Amen.
Of course, I've had some wonderful friends, BJ and Friedel. We worked so closely together. And another person I truly admire is Margie Chevaria, who's our Ronald McDonald House chairwoman. Her heart is so pure, and that house is so successful because of her. My daughters and my daughter-in-laws, they give me inspiration every day. I love to see them, what they've become, and how they're giving back, and they're working so hard in our community. And I think you have to do that. It's so easy not to get involved, but getting involved in the community is a blessing. And we all have special talent. And so, use your skills. Don't be afraid to get out there and try to make a difference. It might be a small steps, but you're helping no matter what, and some people probably recognize it more than you. I want to congratulate, first of all, my mentor, actually, that was Mary Ellen Doyle, and she is the true matriarch, and really of Galveston County as far as I'm concerned. And to the other women who are here, you all deserve your honor so much. There are so many women in the audience that are outstanding. The female is very important, and I think we all are filled with an inner strength that maybe sometimes we don't realize and we don't find until later or at different times. So believe in yourself, embrace the happy times, know we're all going to have sad times, be grateful, and do the right thing. And I just think all of you here are outstanding, and all of you in the audience, you are just as outstanding. And I am so grateful that you're here to share this day with me.